We spill in VRChat tea and the controversy today. The VRChat dev stream was a mess.
We can use this space to let you know if a new build is available, or a new feature is coming out soon, or there's some cool events coming up.
But it's bringing a ton of new features, bug fixes, and upgrades to the game all throughout this year, which is very exciting. We are going to cover everything from the dev stream that I think is important, and we're going to run through it as fast as possible so that you don't have to watch the 2.5-hour stream and still know what's going on. So just to summarize, what we're going to be talking about today is bug fixes, the new UI, new features, and some Udon upgrades. Bugs! Ooh. The audio bug has been plaguing VRChat for a while, and I think most of us are well familiar with it at this point. It's this bug that cuts out your audio completely when you're in a world, and you can see other people talking, you can see their, their faces moving, but you can't hear any audio coming out from their mouths. This sucks. And it sucks when you're at events that fill up super quickly and you got there 20 minutes early so that you would have a place, and then you end up catching the audio bug and you have to leave and you have to spend another 25 minutes trying to get back into the world because you had to restart VRChat and everything is just, it's really hard, okay? But yeah, it sucks, but they're working on it. And fortunately for us, Tupper, one of the VRChat devs, actually said that this is their highest priority issue right now and they are working on it super hard, which is great hallelujah news because this needs to be fixed ASAP. But there's also some other bugs and issues that need to be worked out as well. The friends list bugs and issues where your friends list won't load or you're showing up offline for your friends and little things like that. They said that they've actually been working on some of them and some of them are already fixed. So if you try out some of the open betas, you can see that things are getting better, but they're still having some issues, but they're working on it. So you never know. But also these server issues. Yeah, so since VRChat has been rapidly expanding like crazy, they're breaking records every single weekend. I think last weekend they hit 45,200 people at the same time, which is a lot of people, right? But they're revamping the servers and moving them to a new setup so that things will hopefully be more expanded from here on out. So skipping past the not so fun parts to talk about, the new UI is coming out. So the new UI is basically going to be an upgrade to what we already have, except for everything's going to be kind of rearranged in a new way that's a little more approachable and easier to understand. You've got kind of this main quick menu with a whole bunch of different options right in the middle. And there's also these things called wings on either side where you'll be able to pick out different options like putting your avatars there or your friends list there, things like that you'll be able to have quick access to and kind of be customized. At the bottom, we have these different panels that you can jump between. You've got like your notifications, you got your camera options, you've got your location. So if you want to know like your world details and stuff, then you also have your settings. And in the settings, you'll be able to see things like your FPS, which I personally am kind of upset that FPS was moved to a secondary menu. First world problems, but I liked having it in the main menu where you can just see it right away. Personally, I think the best addition here is the little info panel that's going to have like world information, event information. You can just join worlds off of it and stuff like that, which I think is going to be really helpful for new players or people just staying up to date on what's going on in VRChat. It's going to be coming out in phases, so you can look forward to some of the new updates coming out slowly. That way it's not too overwhelming all at once for people to get used to. Ooh, and now the most exciting part, in my opinion, was the avatar dynamics.
Touching yourself or touching other people?
So avatar dynamics are going to include this thing called physics bones. And the physics bones, or fizz bones, are like dynamic bones, but they're going to be optimized and interactable. So not only is it going to be like 1,000,000 times faster in worlds and not cause as much lag, you're also going to be able to actually pick things up like people's tails or boop them on the nose with a hammer. You know, all of these different options. And what's really cool about this too is you'll actually be able to have it built into avatars that didn't initially have it. So it'll be kind of backwards compatible in a way where it'll automatically be able to detect your avatar's head and their fingers so that you can interact with things and people as well without having to go and manually do it yourself. This is also going to be expanded to interactive world capabilities where you'll be able to like push blocks over, grab levers, different things like that where it's going to be seamless where you don't have to grab something and you don't have to toggle anything. You'll be able to walk right up to it and just play with it. All of this is going to lead to some major immersion, which is really exciting that things are going to become more interactable, more immersive, and just automatically make your experience more fun. Now, the identity update is going to be adding some different features to your personal profile, like adding in a bio, which I think is really exciting and will help people like me kind of tell the world and other users what they do or what they're all about. Now let's move over to groups, which is something that Tupper, one of the devs, wanted before he even joined the dev team. The way that these groups are going to work is they can either be public and discoverable, so anybody can look them up and find them and then join it, and it can be similar interests and things like that. Or it can be private, so if you have staff for an event and you want them to have special whitelisting powers in a world, you can assign that group of people special privileges in that world. So things like that, we're going to have these added capabilities for certain groups so that people can kind of find their places in VRChat and know where do they belong. What it really is going to be useful for is for new users to go ahead and find the group of people that they want to hang out with without having to jump into kind of a crazy public world and get that negative experience. Now, the creator economy is something that's probably the most controversial. Basically, what it's doing is it's adding real money into VRChat. So world creators, for example, will be able to start world subscriptions where you could maybe pay them a monthly fee and then get access to VIP rooms inside of their worlds. Or avatar creators can say, hey, I want to sell this avatar in VRChat so that people can use it right away, and then you'll be able to straight up pay them from inside the game, and bam, you have a new avatar. It's also going to support people like streamers, musicians, dancers, all kinds of performers, so you can directly support them so that they can continue to make creative content without having to worry about the monetary value of what they're doing. This kind of stuff will likely encourage paid events. So going to a music festival in VRChat could be paywalled now. You might have to pay a certain fee to be able to join the group and get into the world. The other problem with this is that it encourages things like asset and avatar ripping, which is a big problem in VRChat already, and having people be able to sell avatars directly with VRChat means that they could more than likely be able to take stolen assets and sell it for direct money on the program. And I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of people are upset, along with the paywalling the game and making it so that not everything is accessible to everyone. Twitter, for example, has not been happy today since I woke up. I've seen quite a few little tweets about why things are not okay right now and why this is such a problem and why the stream was such a mess, but I've also seen a lot of positive reception to it, and a lot of people think that this is a really good idea for supporting creators and creativity. So depending on how you already feel about VRChat, your perception on it might be a lot different than somebody else's. So let me know what your thoughts are and comment them down below, and let's have a conversation about this because I think it's really important. So if you're familiar with Udon already, you'll know that it's a bigger and better way to create worlds inside of VRChat. There's more options, more features, more customization, and they're bringing even more of that into Udon with the updates coming out this year. You're going to be able to have things like save states, where you'll be able to save your progress in a game or save your experience points in a game or things like that, and then come back to it later on and have the same attributes or the same world state and be able to experience that all over again or continue your left off progress. Things like creating characters, having point systems, experience levels, or inventory. This is all going to be things that are completely possible now. There's also going to be in-client debugging now, so you can actually join into your world and then test it and debug it from inside the game. And the final Udon news is that they're going to start doing world jams. And world jams are basically going to be like almost like building competitions where you get to create your own world, and then if they really like it enough, they're going to put it on the front page so that other users can check it out, and it'll be able to skip community labs and go straight into being a full world for people to join. So if you're familiar with the Apple face tracking already, you'll know that these 52 blend shapes that you can add into an avatar are really popular right now, and they'll be able to do actual face tracking with it. Well, VRChat has been experimenting with it, and they've been able to make it happen with a webcam. Now, this is exciting news for VTubers and avatar users, so I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with this, although they didn't say anything about making it compatible with like the HTC facial tracker or with upcoming headsets. So I would assume that that's going to happen eventually in the future, but for now, they're kind of just in the testing phase. They're also going to include some tunneling features for your views in case you are one of those people who suffer from motion sickness. Another big update is that they're expanding their regions to include Japan and the EU for their servers, which is pretty exciting stuff for just making it more accessible worldwide. And lastly, the final news is that no longer will we be using Unity 2018. Nope, we are now going to be upgrading to the 2019 version, which is going to be the long-term support version, which is really exciting because there's going to be a lot of bug fixes and updates to being able to use this newer version of Unity compared to what we've kind of been stuck with for a while. So that's pretty much everything to be covered today. So if you're a VRChat user already, then let me know which things you're looking forward to, which things you're kind of hesitant on, what features you wish they would implement, and just comment your general thoughts below. I think these things are going to make VRChat definitely different, and I'm really excited for the future, personally. Anyways, if you liked this video, I know it was a little bit different doing my real-life body. Since this was kind of an update video, I just wanted to kind of make it on the spot. So make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more VR update content. If you want to hang out with me, you can check out my Twitch. We also have merch that's going to be going out of stock very soon, the limited edition PHIA rebranding merch, so make sure you check that out while you can. And if you want to support me making content just like this, you can join my Patreon page. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Special thanks to this month's Patreon members and virtual VIPs, Baxorn, Dutech, Klukule, Squirmaller,